Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another best of 2 scrim that I've got for you this evening. We have Urbvn versus the King's Creed. I am back, so it's nice to see everybody in chat. So I was ill for a few days, so it is good to be back. So before I could chat you through the two teams we've got for you today, we have Urbvn and the King's Creed. Never seen the King's Creed play before. They are new for RXL. Well, they are entering RXL. Urbvn, of course, I do know quite well. I do believe Urbvn are trialling some people, or one person in particular, and they have the player Apollo playing on a Smurf. So, there's not much I can go off about the King's Creed, not seen them play, so this will be very exciting for hopefully both me and you. So, well, usually there's stuff I can talk about, however I can't. Virgil saying affiliate. Yeah, I am now affiliated with Twitch, which is very nice. And yeah, they are trialling Waved, but he's going to be on a different account. Waved, of course, on the UIU Synapse roster, however, just trialling for Urbvn, see how it goes. So the maps, as you can see, map 1 is going to be Consulate, and it should be the King's Creed defending. Not sure why they are on the blue team. I am just going to send a message. Bear with me please, guys. So Caviera is Waved and Kip, I'm not gonna know how to pronounce that, is Apollo. But meanwhile, I've just messaged them. However, nobody seems to want to change sides. So Godzak, of course, was originally on the Dadless roster. However, he is now joined. So Urbvn should be attacking first. I am just going to message Red. So we may get inverted sides to start things off. I hope everyone's doing well. Players are welcome at the moment. I will make sure. So I've sent the message there. Let me copy the link. Just wait for Red's response. So of course overtime sides is random. We are just waiting on said response. Okay, they are attacking first, so people have just joined the wrong side. I am going to message King's Creed and wait for players to ready up. Okay, we have all readied up, so we are going to jump into map number 1, which is Consulate. Feel free to talk in chat. There is a slight delay, so I may not respond immediately. So Consulate, typical map bans. You often see potential Blackbeard ban, as this is one of the 2 maps he's quite good, and he's mainly good for all those windows on console. We'll probably see a Thatcher ban, maybe a Monty ban as well. And we are going to see a Blackbeard ban first. That's not a big surprise. Just going to write this down, of course, in case of a rehost. So defending bans, this is the map you won't really typically see a Mirror ban. She's only really good for basement, so there's not much point in banning her. But some teams still do. I'm just going to unplug my headphones and turn down my phone so I can monitor chat. It's actually going to be a Maverick ban. This is interesting. So obviously, it's going to leave Thatcher still up, and of course, when as Urbvn are the attackers. Sorry, allowing Thatcher to still be on the board is very strong. First defender ban. What's that going to be? It's going to be a Valkyrie. She is incredibly strong on this map. Of course, throw her cams in trees, and she becomes extremely annoying. So the last ban, we might see an Echo, we might see a Clash, we might see a Maestro. Those are typical bans at the moment. As King's Creed taking their time. And it is going to be a Echo ban. Oh, an Echo ban, so to speak. So let's have a look at the rosters as we jump in. We've got names. So we've got Gnome, Chiron, Hipsa, or Hispa, Godzak, Prophets, Red, Apollo, Zico, and Waved, and MYR. I'm gonna say is Meyer. I'm gonna have to message and ask to pronounce that. Keep saying easy dub for Apollo. I'm assuming you're IRLs and he's playing on your account. So of course, no skin rules. Just don't be an idiot. Basically with the skins. So it's going to be a basement hold first, and I reckon Urbvn know this as the mirror has been picked. It's actually going to be sick pick to Maestro here. It's red, goes from Zafir onto the... I'm just going to ask the King's Creed players how to... I'm actually going to message the guy, ask him how to pronounce his name. So this... apologies, chat. How do you... say your name? So we are looking at basement, and Urbvn definitely know that by the fact Mirror has been picked, as that is the site she's really basically only strong on, or as strong as typical. I am just going to reload the stream. I'm not an IRL, but yeah, he's on my account that I like copper IRL. Okay, yeah, that's all good.
5 seconds left before...
So let's have a look. So typically you see this middle wall reinforced on this side, and you place a mirror on it. Of course, no mirror. I have got the response on how to pronounce the guy's name. Letter by letter, so it's MYR. Okay. So it's a classic, so it's a bunch of other teams' players. No, Apollo's playing on his friend's account. Here's an Urbvn player. Caviera is Waved, and that is a trial. If that's what you're on about. So, we are going to see how this wall gets opened up. Of course, no Thatcher. Waved on the Thatcher. We often saw him on the more aggressive role. However, he's going to be on Flex, I believe, as Godzak and MYR are roaming, as Godzak is going to come down. Is he going to see the Ash? That is the question. He does see the Ash. Down goes Apollo fairly early on. Not the best start he would have wanted. Fergal said it's pronounced Mer. He said letter by letter. Anyway, Mer finds a kill onto Red. The Monty goes down incredibly early. That was the two roamers on the top floor, as Red came up to avenge Apollo. Didn't work out. Just down he went as well. So we're left with Zico, Waved, and Prophets. The two support, frag, and a flex player. As Zico though finds a kill, and Cav is going to, as Waved, sorry, I'm going to have to spend so many issues trying to get that name right. Anyway, Waved finds the kill on MYR and Mer. Zico found that kill onto Godzak. So now it's the three anchors, so to speak, as the Dock of Gnome is just holding a long angle. He's in Archives, going to look for any spiral approach, as Hipsa's going to be peeking. However, he does get down, and that is by Waved, and the hatch gets opened up by the Thermite charge. It's now a 1v3, all left up to Gnome. Actually, Hipsa, his path was finished off, so it's a 2v3 still. And now I'm expecting to see this will get opened up, as Zico's found himself with a triple for the round. All that's left is Gnome. To be fair, Zico and Waved are on fairly low health, but Prophet's still on full, and with the good guns, he may not have a chance, as Waved does in fact get downed. He does do some good damage to Gnome. Gnome though still has all three stims. The Thatcher is finished off And Zico ready and watching that rotation. Here comes the plant. And Gnome is definitely going to have to move here, but he's got to be aware of Zico, who's going to see him, gun him down, and Urbvn bring that round back. And they definitely probably shouldn't have, as they were in a 3v5 with Apollo and Red falling early. So their first was Garage. I forgot to write it down at the start. Apologies, and Urbvn won that. So your typical second site didn't work out, so now we are going to console. This is usually your primary site. Urbvn saying MYR is awkward. It is. He said letter by letter. So unless he means like mirror, I may end up just calling him Mer. So Mer, speaking of Mer, goes from Legion to Pulse. I expect him to play down in Piano, so we'll see if he gets flushed out. And we've got the strong roam clearing lineup of Nomad and Jackal. We saw Urbvn have very good success with this against Apollo. Not the player, the team. There was a lot of confusion in that match between the team Apollo and the player. So, Mer, Sector, you're in chat, so you can probably confirm whether I'm pronouncing it right. So, as I said, I'm expecting him to roam lobby and Piano. He may in fact roam Visa, as if you look at all this soft floor, all the important rooms are soft. So Pulse can be very, very strong. However, we'll have to see how this roaming clearance pays off for Urbvn. So let's have a look. It's going to be 5 above on the very top floor at the minute. So it'll be interesting to see how long that lasts for us. As Mer is looking for a spawn peak. Yeah, it's Myar. Or MYR. We just call him Lucas. I might just end up calling him Lucas. That's key sector. So Lucas going to be holding the long angle to anybody spawning near. However, they made their way to Visa. Godzak is going to be the person trying to stop them. Drop from Dadless, going to be looking for vengeance to show why he should not have been dropped. He is in fact just going to retreat up the stairs along with Chiron. They're actually fairly close together. Not the best positioning. Gnome is also on this dock. He's going to be looking on that angle. He has been thrown out. I don't think he's seen it. The bullets come out, and that is Apollo on the Ash, I believe. Actually, it wasn't. It was waved on the Hibano. Glitched through the roof a bit there. So did he see that dock? That might have just been spectator error. Prophet now. Is that Prophet making his way up yellow stairs? Here's the floor directly below Hispa. Hispa just going to be replacing his shield, and we just hear the gunfire going off from that bearing, and Hispa going to rotate now in. The air jab goes off. He definitely heard that. As we have Lucas and Chiron stuck in meeting. Lucas is going to run away though, and he's going to now play it down below, try and catch people off guard. However, he does have to be careful because this Nomad and this Jackal could become very big challenges for him. We currently have nothing much happening in the way of gunfights, and it's just Red droning out before a potential vault in. However, waved is the diffuser carrier, and he's on the connector window. Lucas, sorry, with the double C4 onto Apollo and Prophets. However, site control is in the hands of Urbvn. Ispa doesn't find that kill before being retraded as wave goes down, so Red gonna potentially have to plant now. He sees the head of the Jaeger of Godzak. Zico now making his way up the stairs. Is Zach gonna get stimmed up from Gnome, and the flank from Lucas gonna get a triple for the round as Red can only plant. They most likely know he's planting, and as Lucas is gonna see him now. Just going to be pinging it out for his team, and down goes Red. King's Creed pick up the second round in play and their first defensive round. Good pulse play from Lucas.
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Defender mission successful.
So what we saw there was very good roam hold, though the pivotal moment definitely came from Lucas's C4. To get two very, very quickly definitely worked out in the end. So we are going to garage once more. Urbvn won it last time, although arguably maybe they shouldn't have. So King's Creed are going to try again. His bug going to be on the Mozzie this time, the only difference from when they last played here. Meanwhile, Apollo is going to hope he isn't the opening pick once again. He is on the Jackal this time. Actually, he was on the Jackal last time. So we have the side of Urbvn bringing out identical operator lineup from last time. They obviously think that it will work out better. It's just the C4 from Lucas that worked out in the end. We've got Gnome doing hatches at the minute. And what I just realised is I think Gnome and Godzak played on Riot Outcast together. I'm not sure how long that team lasts. Maybe it's a different Gnome. Godzak, formerly DXT Lunatic, definitely played on a Riot Outcast roster with Gnome. So, how is the roam game? We saw two roamers up here last time. It was Godzak in meeting and Lucas in long desk. So the window is being shot fairly early on. That's connector very early from Wave. Not going to be on the hard breacher this time. Back on the Thatcher. As we have a look, and Lucas and Zach are once again going to be roaming. Lucas got the opening pick onto Apollo last time, and Apollo's going to drone it out and realise, hey, you know what? He's going to run up Visa. So Godzak very much going to have to run away now. As we have Red actually holding a very nice angle to look for Zach if he tries to rotate. Zach going to be juggling a few angles right now. However, he doesn't hear Waved, who comes in from behind, repelled on in that connector window. Down goes the Jaeger fairly early on. And Apollo going to be looking for the feet of anybody nearby. And Lucas is going to be in bathroom, watching this bathroom hat. An often pivotal hatch, especially early on in Consulate's lifetime. However, with the strength of opening the two garages, you often don't see it open as much anymore. Ooh, the Dock of Gnome is going to get his footprint scanned as Lucas with the C4 once again, but not before Wave finished him off. And Apollo going to find his first kill of the game onto Gnome. And it's now a 2v4 in for King's Creed. Hispa and Chiron are all that is left. Are we going to see a cheeky C4 placement? Hispa could get a very, very nice kill. However, not anymore as Apollo has jumped ship. So the Mozzie and Legion and Operator get stronger with time. Hispa is just going to peek this, but he's going to run out of ammo and have to run back. He's actually going to run into security. So what we see here is Apollo has free site control. He's going to get that hatch. He can just go in and plant. It's not been droned out, so they reckon he's still nearby. As the Legion tries to flank, but Red catches him off guard. Hispa, all that is left as Apollo gets the plant down. The rotate though is going to find Red as he's pulling out a goo mine. However, the Jackal and the drone, and Hispa's not going to last long as Waved with the pistol, showing he is deadly on any roll as Urbvn take basement once again. So we are going to see basement once again. I would like to point out, as I often do, whenever a team may be doing badly on a particular site, this of course is a scrim. You're here to perfect your strategies, you're not trying to win the game. So King's Creed are going to go to garage once again. The only difference this time is going to be, actually the entire roles have changed, sorry, just take a drink.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
So,
as they
the
can.
entire roles have changed. Chiron is, of course, still on that Legion. However, Hispa going to be on the smoke, as the Mozzie will be on, as Gnome will be on the Mozzie. So the only difference, no dock, the smoke. I'm expecting the smoke to play in pipes. This is a very strong position. You've got the shotgun for any close range engagement, and you have the ability to throw your smoke grenades in relative safety onto the default plant spot. The shield as well is going to allow somebody to hold right up close, as all we've seen from Urbvn when attacking this site is they open this up, plant
Seconds to go.
when they have map control, and there's not much the King's Creed can do.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
So we have, very nice, these shotgun holes. That's going to be for the player playing on desk, get you a nice angle onto, as we see an air jab onto that doorway, onto yellow stairs. See, if they brought smoke, if they brought to see a dock up here, using that ACOG, very, very good. As, of course, there is no more denial, so Prophet could just breach this, as Red takes a lot of damage from Chiron. Is that the red dot? No, okay, it wasn't. I was gonna say, Godzak trying to shoot something, but he actually shoots the Mozzie drone, and what we see here is a rush in. However, Hispa going to find the kill. However, Red gets 2, but the smoke shotgun misses the shots there, and Waved gets 1. Red got, did he end up getting 3? I'm not sure. However, Hispa managed to find the buck. The rush coming out very, very good from Urbvn. The plant goes down once again, and Lucas and Gnome are in a 2v4 once again. Gnome's going to try and equalise that fairly quickly. He's going to find that down onto the Jackal of Apollo. Apollo, though, does get taken out, and now so does Gnome. I expected him to win that shot. Unfortunately for him, Prophet did instead, and Lucas is going to go on the fairly late flank. However, he's going to run into the Nomad, and is that Waved trying to get the kill? It is, and now Urbvn just going to play for time here as Prophet and Red, the OG members, so to speak, and Red is just going to try and hit fire and get that kill. And it's now Prophets versus Lucas. Not much either of the, not much that Lucas could do. Sorry. And Urbvn win their second round in a row, taking this to a 3-1 lead. Kip saying, why did Smoke EDS? If he hip fired, he would have gotten a 3k at least. Dumb play with the EDS from Smoke. I'm not too sure about that. That's definitely true. Prophet with the nice reactions. If they had connected, then maybe it would have been a bit better. However, unfortunately, he missed his shots. It happens to the best of us anyway. So we go back to console.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Okay, apologies for that. My controller batteries did just run out. Let me just check I plugged both full batteries in. I did. So we are going back to console. This is typically your primary site, as I said before. And you often sometimes see 2 rotations here. So you have one on the left, one on the right. And it allows player in closet, if you have a dot, you can get a very, very nice angle onto anybody coming up Visa. So the last time I casted console, it was Phoenix Pro versus TSP, and both defenses in the site mainly consisted of somebody in bathroom, and they destroyed part of the bathroom wall, part of this meeting wall here, and you could get a very nice long angle into the choke point that is Visa. So we see our first look at Castle. Once again, the reason I'm a bit late to set up is my controller batteries did end up dying. And we actually have a very heavy roam, as we see admin and yellow. So typical Castle placements from Hispa. Rotation though in between 3 and 4, that's a bit interesting. Or 1 and 2, depending on what direction. And they are going to make that room, as that barricade has got 2 punches on it, onto balcony. So Waved once again is actually going to be... Oh, he missed that flashbang there. Nobody is playing in bathrooms, so it's a bit redundant actually. And it's...
Bomb located by
However, they do have to be careful. As that is Gnome. He's going to get droned out there. He misses the shots. He is going to have to run. No element of surprise at all anymore. Zico's going to continue to drone him out. Prophet, though, is going to be hunting for that kill. He's been on the thermite so far. However, he's picked up the IQ, and Waved finds the opening pick onto the castle. Lucas, though, does hear the sledge bolt past, and Zico is actually fairly lucky with that. Zico, though, does see him and actually finds the shots as the UMP, not the strongest weapon, as Apollo is in sight. Actually, he's not. He's on exit stairs or yellow stairs. Very nice long angle kill there. As, oh, this is going from bad to worse as Apollo finds Zach, and Red picks up the final one onto Gnome as Profits is still chilling in basement. Urbvn win their third in a row, and ooh, was that a bit friendly fire from Red? So it is console once more. Of course, the King's Creed did win this, but how much of that was that C4 from Lucas? He's been very good with the C4s, so gonna be happy with that. We are looking at an almost identical lineup to attack console. It's just that Prophet's gone back to Thermite and Zico's gone back to Buck. As we wait for the server to load us in, we can begin the final round of the first half. As Skyrim going to be shooting shotgun missile. I like this because you can sit in bathroom, and then anybody rappelling on in, if they go near rotation, you can see it. However, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because as soon as you lose bathroom control, which we saw from the King's Crew before, they had nobody to hold it. You're going to play in a risky position on any rotate possible. So we are having a look at a fairly standard setup, just double checking for Rome, as I'm expecting castles to be in basically an identical spot. And yes, they are. So far at least. As, let's have a look, is he going to do Spire on admin? That is the question. Has he even put some more down? Where's Castle? If we are just waiting for Castle to place his placements, he's going to pop that admin hatch. That's for the Roma being Lucas. However, Urbvn not going to care about that at all. And they're just going to hunt Hispa as he's going to get flash arrows. That's not going to trigger the ADS. That could work out in his favour. With bathroom opened as well. And that is Wave. Excuse me, that is Wave. Breaking open that castle barricade. As Red finds the opening pick onto Gnome, as Red v Gnome around 2, and once again Red wins that one out. So by destroying this castle barricade, it means that the defenders can't rotate by long desk as easily. As Hispa actually finds Red, he doesn't see the other one though, and that is Zico on his trusty Buck, and he's just going to open everything up completely, and that is the Mozzie of Godzak going to be looking for a kill. Meanwhile though, Waved does go down. That's Lucas with another influential kill, and he is actually going to shoot at the ceiling. Is that to draw attention? However, Godzak takes a lot more damage as well, and Prophet could get a cheeky kill then. I don't know if Apollo knows that Jaeger is coming up the stairs, and MYR is making his way up. He is going to find Apollo, but not before Apollo finds Godzak. Zico, though, decides to fight back, and that Jaeger is not going to go anywhere, and down goes the Buck, and that is a triple kill. And is it going to be a quad? Yes it is. It's Prophet wide peaks those stairs, and once again Lucas being the influential player that allows the King's Creed to win a console round. So we are going into Urbvn's defences. And they are going to go to cafeteria first. So let's have a look at the leaderboard at the end of the first half. Lucas going 11 and 3. Kyron yet to find a kill. Whereas from the side of Urbvn, it's a lot more equal, as Waved is going 7 and 4, with Red and Zico going 6 and 5 and 6 and 4 respectively. So this is looking like a quote-unquote fairly standard basement hold. Once again, no mirror, but a Maestro instead.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So we'll see what Urbvn have in store for
Attackers have
this
discovered the
one.
location of a bomb.
Looking like fairly standard reinforcements so far. I'm expecting people to go do hatches. As yeah, we see Apollo doing hatches. He's doing one at least anyway. He's going to do those 2 hatches. It's not much for me to really talk about because all people are doing are reinforcing. But so far, Urbvn are definitely looking like the stronger team. Obviously, by taking 4 attacking rounds, that's going to be very, very good for them. As Zico repping the Elite Bandit. Of course, no skin rules, I'm assuming, judging by the amount of elites we've seen so far. Typically with Waved or Caveira, as that is his current, the account he's playing on. So we're actually going to see that open fairly easily. And it's going to be now, how can Urbvn defend this? So the attackers are already in an ideal position. Gnome doing a great job, along with Hispa, to breach those 2 walls. Panel 3 and panel 1, you want them in that order as well. But now here comes the issue. How are they going to push in without people like Zico, Red and Waved contesting? As Profits is just going to run through and get killed immediately, as Red's going to stare at disbelief at his teammate getting absolutely battered. Let's have a look at, actually full map control is in the hands, I should say, of the King's Creed. Where is Apollo? There he is. He's on his cams, as Maestro of Wave going to be just trying to suppress the enemies, prevent any sort of push, and any sort of spiral push will be met with the MP7 of Zico. Apollo finds himself back with another kill, and this time on Lucas. He has been the most influential player by far, and if Apollo gets that, he gets the injury on Hispa. Hispa, you really should be landing those shots, mate. You've got the ACOG, the hollow of the 416, just proving a bit more effective, as Rome is going to risk all by running and picking up his teammate. Luckily for them, they shouldn't need to worry, as Waved with that flank, as Apollo's actually super low, and Kyron and Godzak are as well. Gnome though refrags onto Apollo to avenge his teammate who he's had to pick up, but Gnome on such low health, and Kyron going to be just peeking now. And are the stuns going to come out? They're going to have to contend with the Maestro, and that is a gun you don't really want at close range, or even at mid-range, as Zach goes down to the older. Gnome gets downed as well. Is he going to be able to be picked up? No, he's probably not, as Waved's reign of terror does come to an end. As we see Kyron, he's flanking into sight, but the question is, can he see some defenders? He doesn't look the right way. Down he goes, and it's all left up to Hispa, who's going to try and pick up Gnome, as Zico is the one who finishes off the Zephyr. Hispa and Gnome both on 20 health versus Red and Zico. However, Zico goes down, and it's all left up to Red. Red's going to look for that shot, and he's not going to find it, as he actually did find Gnome. Sorry, it's just the fact that Hispa was alive, going for the plant, allows King's Creed to take that round. Bailey asking, is Waved playing? He is playing on the Caveira account. I believe he is trialing for Urbvn. We're going to see Garage once again. Makes sense. It's a scrim. And we'll see if there's more of actual roaming, as Apollo was just sort of chilling on site. Cams managed to down the Thatcher from a significant distance away. However, being taken to such low health didn't work out in the end. Of course, Prophet's dying basically immediately. He's not having the best of games, and I'm pretty sure Red will be reminding him that in between the maps. Speaking of people not having the best of games, Kyron, he's yet to find a kill. However, he's shown flashes of trying to at least spice things up. That push down into cafeteria, he needed to do something to relieve the pressure off the garage, and by dying, he bought enough time for his bird to return the favour to Gnome, pick him up, and it allowed them to win the game. So, although he's not found a kill, he's been influential in other rounds.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Just a reminder, of course, players, if you're in chat or watching stream, you do have to turn off and leave, because stream sniping exists. We're actually going to see Apollo pre-fire with a spawn peek. Nobody was there, as actually his pub was nearby, but he's going to dip. As we see Godzak going to be droning. Are we going to see panels open up super easily once again? Yes, we are. As Wave is going to pre-fire in common positions. As Apollo once again going to be vibing on cams. I'm going to see Hispert droning. Nobody's contesting this entry to a point where they will be killed from the main breach, and this Sun Prophets is going to be roaming. They're going to want to keep him alive for much longer this time, as of course Legion stronger the longer he's up as Red. Did he find that shot onto Hispert? No, it was against Gnome, and I believe Hispert took damage from Wave being an absolute threat to everybody right now. And Godzak, he's been a bit quiet for a significant amount of rounds, I should say, and he's just going to be opening up the floor, and Lucas as well going to be putting pressure from above, as all the urban defenders are downstairs, hatches getting opened, etc, etc, as the floor gets destroyed above Red. He is going to go for the shotgun, and about a shell is going to find the IQ, and does Lucas see him? No, he doesn't, as Apollo found a kill onto Godzak. So Godzak's bad luck continues, but Prophet though gets refragged by Kyron, and Gnome finds Zico, so it's not looking all bad for the defenders, but with Gnome down, it was equal. Apollo though gets taken out as well, and Lucas is on this position. Wave is going to be looking for anybody, and he's going to push up fairly aggressive now once again. He did this before and it worked out, and Red's going to take more damage as the Maestro is going on a big flank. Red goes down. Wave though finds Lucas, but he does have to rotate back to site. He's being watched, of course, and that plant spot is being planted. He does find that kill onto Gnome, but he's on 1 health, if that. And he is going to see that attacker, however, in the reload animation, leaves Kyron, who's found 2 this round, and Hisper in a 2v1 post plant, and the defender is on almost nothing. And I believe it's going to be Kyron who's going to spot him coming down the stairs. It is King's Creed. Take another basement round. Okay, we are going to see our first urban round on console. Apollo's just taking a drink there, and Apollo's going to go on to Vigil, as Prophet now goes on to the Jaeger. Godzak going to go on to the Nomad, and Prophet's actually going to go on to the Jaeger, as Zico goes on to Legion. Red's going to be on Smoke still, and Godzak says goodbye to the Sledgehammer and hello to yeeting people through walls. And he's going to hope that that helps with the King's Creed flank, which was mainly done by this Maestro player Wave. We often see him on Synapse as the Ash Jaeger, playing a more flex role at the moment. I believe it was discussed and he wanted a bit of a change, and with Apollo Apollo and Zico usually the fraggers. However, Wave going 10 and 5. 10 and 6, sorry. Prophet going to be more on a comfort op as he's going to be on the Jaeger. So he's not having the best of games as of yet. So he's going to hope, Urbvn are going to hope that being on a preferred op, I should say, is going to make things a bit easier. So let's have a look. Profits is heading downstairs with Apollo already vibing in basement. Godzak and Chiron are going to be the ones trying to end those good times as Profit's already trapped. And that is Chiron who's going to be watching that window if the Jaeger pops out. You don't want your Jaeger to die immediately, but you would rather have him die than the Vigil early on, as all the ADSs are down. They are, all barbed wire is down, but no reinforcement. However, what we are seeing, he is very much keeping everyone distracted, as Chiron gonna try and push towards him. And little do they know that Prophet's actually managed to escape that. He has been pinged, so away he runs. He actually runs back into Visa now. And this is quite effective. A minute's gone, and the Jaeger is still chilling in V's office. However, he's got to contend with the IQ, but Lucas doesn't land the shots, and Prophet finds that headshot. And the Jaeger player not missing right there, as he's going to look for Chiron as well. Can he find those shots? No, he can't, but Zico goes down. Meanwhile, the Legion. An awful op you want to lose quite early on, and that's from Gnome. The Thermite fragging out here as Apollo though finds his spur, as meanwhile the tensions continue between the Jackal and the Jaeger. They're still exchanging bullets, and Chiron going to be in trouble. He's going to have to run away as Apollo helps his teammate, and Prophet may be allowed to retreat, but no, he's going to stay here, and he has lasted in that position a lot longer than he theoretically should have. He's still in there, and Chiron knows this, but Chiron can't do anything about it. And the Jaeger is now free for the time being. Gnome and Godzak already chilling by admin, and Prophet's just going to march away. They know he's still around, or they hope, or they don't actually. As Waved using the older with the long angle. This is what we were seeing earlier. I was talking about long angles being created. Red though takes a lot of damage, and he's just going to get pushed in and die. Does Wave refrag? No, he doesn't, as Chiron found that double kill, and Prophet is on very low health. And Apollo's even lower, but Prophet buying that kill onto Chiron. The Jackal's reign of terror is over, but Gnome finds the headshot onto Apollo, and Prophet just going to run away. Gnome's got the diffuser, and they're going to wait to see where the Jaeger decides to run up. And the Jaeger's going to go up spiral, it seems.
10 seconds to go.
As the plant goes down. They know it, and the bait from Gnome. King's Creed find their third in a row. They've won 4 in a row right now. They've won 3 in a row on the attacks, and they're equalizing. Actually, they've taken the lead now, 5-4. So, cafeteria. Why not let's go back there again. Luca's going to sick pick off the IQ to Twitch, as Zico goes from Cav to Bandit. Of course, with the introduction of Mozzie, Twitch isn't the monster she once was. She was often pivotal when Thatcher wasn't brought. However, her Twitch drone's not doing too good. Keep asking what's Apollo's Scrim. Where is he? He is going 1.0, 7 and 7. As Waved, definitely doing his part. Actually, the entire Urbvn team are really doing their part, apart from maybe Profits. He's lagging behind a bit. Meanwhile, from the side of King's Creed, it is going to be Gnome and Lucas who are getting the majority of kills. So we are going to have a look at setup. Is there finally going to be a room? It looks like it's going to be a piano hold or bathroom hold at least. This is interesting. Waved going to be on that castle.
5 seconds left before insertion.
And this is a very interesting hold. Is that hatch going to be popped or reinforced? That is the question. As those windows are getting pre-fired and Zico, or Apollo, sorry, going to think better of doing anything about that. Zico, though, ready to bandit trick, and with Apollo supporting him in that, or not. And that's not going to be good. You've lost that very early on. However, Zico almost pays for that with his life, the Nomad. But Apollo's going to cover that angle, I think, and potentially go for the kill again. That Nomad of God's going to be spotted by Apollo, but Zico still watching, and now Gnome very much in trouble, and he knows there's not much he can do. Hispa and Lucas aren't able to do much either, and Gnome's got to be especially careful, so this is his final one. Meanwhile, the top 2 floors, bar bathroom, are once again given to the King's Creed attackers, as the wrong wall gets electrified by Zico. However, panel 2 is probably the one you don't want open, but Lucas going to find a wave. That castle has been a threat to every player so far, but with Red still holding here, he's very difficult position to flush out, as he's going to find that kill onto Lucas, and very lucky there to run away with that. However, stuck through the rotation, and Kyron is going to catch that player out of guard, and he's going to have full bathroom control. And Zico does have to be careful here. The bandit in a difficult position, and that drone hasn't spotted him, but Apollo finds Hispa. The drone, though, finally going to get killed as Profits makes his way back to site, and is Gnome going to go for that plant. He's just going to go for the gunfight instead. Gnome and Kyron all alone. However, Kyron all alone as he found Apollo, but Zico found Gnome, and uh-oh, that's the castle placement for you. And Profit's going to be looking for the player, and down goes the Jackal. Urbvn finally pick up their first defensive round, and third time's the charm for Garage. Very strong bathroom roam hold, really impressive. We are going to see console once again. However, it is their second attempt at holding it. Of course, because they won in round 10, they can't go Garage until potential overtime. As we actually see a sick pick from the IQ onto the gridlock from Lucas while I was talking. So, Wamai bring ball. That's Red playing that operator. Apollo just took damage from impacts. As Zico is going on to his famous Mozzie. He's been a massive threat on that Mozzie in the past, so I'm going to hope he can do that again. As we have a look now at the setup. Apollo once again going to roam. Still going 1-1. He's gone 8-8. Definitely not been doing too badly. 1-1. A KD of 1.0, I should say.
5 seconds remaining.
Sector saying Gnome on the fragmite once again. Yeah, definitely. He's going 10-8. Just behind Lucas going 13-7. And Apollo, are those bullet holes? Yes, they are. Disappointing. Once again, Profit, apologies, I've got hiccups. Profit, going to be playing in Tellers, or Visa Office, as it might be called. So I think this is called Visa Office. Weird. So that drone of Kyron going to spot the feet there of that Jaeger, going to call out to his team, and they're going to sigh and have. They're going to hope it doesn't take them 2 minutes to flush him out, and then just leave him, as Zico is the opening pick to Gnome. And that's the mod cams he might have been. Nobody covering him. As Profit once again going to be in a difficult position. looks away at the wrong moment as Hispa finds a kill onto that roamer. Is that the red dot? It is. That is disappointment. As Wave going to be using the older to his advantage. Going to take a bit of damage as well. We're going to use it to move up as Apollo finds that kill onto Chiron. Doesn't take any damage, so no gunfight, just a clean kill. And Red going to try and regroup as well. Going to use this destruction I talked about, and they're going to try and pinch any potential push through Visa. The magnets are getting yeeted out at the minute, and the Maestro are going to be covering that as well. But they've got to be careful because Apollo's joining up with the rest of the team as Red and finds the headshot onto the Thatcher of Hispa. The smoke grenade goes off, and it's going to cover the entrance to push in. And that older not going to do a lot when you're looking the wrong way, but Red is actually repositioned to potentially refrag as Apollo takes a lot of damage this time and finds the beautiful headshot onto Lucas. Can he find another? He does onto God Zach. The guy's just flicking onto heads. Can he find a third? Yes, he can. And the round that Urbvn maybe shouldn't have won, Apollo saves them. The guy just flicking onto heads, sees the head, gets it through the bomb chassis, and Urbvn are going to be happy with that as they take it to match point. So we can finally see something that isn't garage or console, and it's lobby, your typical third site. As Waved goes onto the smoke from the cap cannon, Hispa goes back to the red dot Thatcher, which disappoints me to say. We are going to see Gnome back on as his team owner, or leader called it, the Fragmite. As him and Lucas very much at the forefront of getting kills. Zach not having the best of games. Meanwhile on the side of Urbvn it's a lot more equal with Waved and Apollo taking the lead. However Red and Zico going 9 and 9 and 9 and 8 respectively. Actually Hispa and Chiron are both going 7 and 9, just with Chiron having one less assist. So lobby press. This is typically a nice site to have a castle on. However, no castle being brought. Maybe there was supposed to be one. However, Waved not picking in time, getting the cap can, and Urbvn decided, you know what, no cap can. Apollo is roaming basement once again. He's had sort of quiet starts to the round. However, like that last round, came back, found some heads, and thanked King's Creed for the 3 kills. As Prophet once again going to do this annoying position, and I think King's Creed are very much getting fed up of the Jaeger existing at this point. He's going to find that drone eventually. Is he going to run out? He's actually going to be droned again, and this time he is going to retreat. This time it makes a lot more sense to hold Visa, however, as adjacent to site. You can delay the time it takes for them to get full first floor eastern control, and the Jaeger going to chill back inside. Anybody chilling above? No, and Red on the roaming dock and gets a kill, instantly killed by, retraded by Gnome. I thought Zach got the kill. However, the Thermite saying nah, as Lucas went down fairly early on, and I go to Prophets as he dies to Chiron, and it's a 3v4 for Urbvn. However, Apollo still up. Him and Waved have been the players to watch out for, and Zico is definitely no slouch either. And is he going to see that head? He is. Find the headshot onto the Jackal. Beautiful hit. A beautiful kill, I'm trying to say, is Hispa, Gnome, and the Nomad of Zach are very much all trapped on top floor. They don't have much they can do. Air jabs coming out of that shield, and the smoke as well from Waved. He's just going to delay the plant as Apollo is going to try and reposition now. And if we have a look at Gnome, he is very much going to be stuck in this position because that Wamai is very much hunting for him, and that Wamai is going to see him. And Godzak though does find Apollo, so the Head clicker is down. Hispado goes down as well. That's Waved roaming on that smoke, and all that is left is Godzak. He's on that Nomad. He doesn't have the best of games. He's going to look for any players. Waved is going to distract him, and he's going to peek him with the SMG-11, and Urbvn take map number 1 in a 7-5 victory. Overall, they definitely look like the stronger team. However, a bit of a shaky start to their defences. They did find their footing. And I should say, Sector, that your players can join stream now, as they're only not allowed during the actual map being played. So players can join stream as we have a look. Apollo, Waved, Red and Zika all finding double digits, as Prophet just lagging behind, as Lucas and Gnome though finding double digits on the side of the King's Creed. GG's to both teams. Map number 1 was very, very good, and we are going to Oregon next. A map that Urbvn hate, as the blue team will attack first. We do have a lead. Godzak has left at the moment, so of course there's like 10 minutes. Thank you, Apollo. Yeah, I know that Waved is having you're on that account. Nice 3k by the way on those headshots. I definitely hyped you up. Well, I hyped you up, so to speak, so sure you'll be happy. But yeah, both teams showing good performances there. King's Creed, of course, my first time casting. I can't go off a lot of stats or past performances. However, that's definitely not a bad start to make an impression. Taking 5 rounds off Urbvn. I got to say, Gnome and Lucas are definitely the players to watch out for. However, Hipster and Kyron are quite close behind, and Lucas has messaged me just to say that APM start, Zach has to eat. I'm just going to say that is okay, because they have maximum 10 minutes anyway. If you are enjoying so far, feel free to drop a follow. If you don't know who I am, as I forgot to introduce myself at the start, my name is Dylan. I'm the head caster for RXL, Resurgence Xbox League. I'm also a caster for Third Eye Gaming EU, and now Xbox Champions League, which was previously in Nevermore. So if you ever see this me streaming on this account, this is going to be any casted scrims or RXL placement matches, like potentially on Tuesday, I believe. Each one, unless Ted gets in the way and want me to do the lower bracket semi-finals between Dadless and Apollo. So yeah, feel free to drop a follow. I'm only doing a self-promo now because there's not much to talk about. You can follow me on YouTube at TinnyPathTBM. There is a space between them, unlike my Twitch, and I post all my stream VODs there. You can follow me on Twitter at DylanC14, capital I, not lowercase l, and you will get notifications for when I go live. Virgo, I feel like you're only saying that about Oregon because you did so badly when Urbvn played Apollo. Apollo should be happy that this is the next map, because he did very, very well against the team Apollo on that map, so we'll see if he can recreate his success. Virgo, however, you did not the best, shall we say. Wave saying best support EU on top. You had a good performance, mate. You had a good performance. Sector saying yes, the 2 maps we've hardly played. That was our first time on that map and played Oregon once, so we need to practice. Urbvn was supposed to play Tyrant on it. However, Tyrant forfeited, I believe. I was supposed to cast that, but I was ill, so Rarity covered for me, so shout out to him. You can follow him at Rarity on Twitch. He's another caster for RXR and one of our, I think, our newest casters. So they didn't end up playing that map. Oregon. It was the map they lost when they won 2-1 against Apollo. And while the other two were close, this one wasn't really. The attacks were good. We saw I Hit and Miss get bullied by Jackal and Nomad. I believe it was... Who was playing the Jackal? Profits on the Jackal and Apollo on the Nomad. And that was what Apollo did really, really well. Virgil saying that he might have pushed me over the edge. cheeky self-promo from Fergal. Of course, Fergal is one of our casters as well. Waved, thanks for following me on Twitter. I just saw that. Okay, so we are waiting for Godzak to eat. Fergal saying, I will cast eventually. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. As he has joined back. I'm going to eat a chip. Cold chips are the best. So we wait. Let me have a drink. So we wait for Red, Profits, Apollo and Zico to ready up. And Lucas has messaged me. He says ready, I can tell. Of course, if you don't know, in between maps, there is a maximum 10-minute break, or you go when every player readies up. And I think, not sure what Red and the other three are doing. Waved was very nicely readied up. It's the 4 Apollo players, 3 Apollo players. I'm going to have so many issues when Urbvn play Apollo again. The player Apollo and the team Apollo. I believe a lot of after Twitter was Apollo the player saying that Apollo was better than Apollo. So I remember there's a lot of that. There's not much to talk about. Oregon, I can just talk about the map. I hate it. So we are going here. I don't hate to cast it, I just hate playing it. So Oregon op bans. We find that attackers, the attacking bans, I should say, are often a Thatcher Maverick, which is very similar to Clubhouse. Just say Kip, not Apollo. I'm gonna say Apollo. It's just I don't know why I can. There we go. He's finally ready up. So we often find that the attacking bans are often a Thatcher Maverick. However, there's been a lot of Monty bans. Of course, it's Monty. You don't like him. However, I can't see banning Monty here. I think they won't. They'll probably end up banning a Thatcher. Defensive bans. There is sometimes Mirror, sometimes Wamai. There are sometimes Maestro, of course, the impact trick through the floor onto games. Strong. So, players, you will have to leave chat, of course. Goodbye. Good luck. Have fun, both teams, in this map. I think, as Sector said, King's Creed, it's QUIP, or Quip. Okay, Quip. Okay, sorry, mate. As Sector said, King's Creed needs to practice this map, and I would say Urbvn needs to practice this map, because they were a shambles on it. Oh no, Monty ban. Red's going to be sad. Is he going to play? As I said, Monty very, very strong, as there's not a lot of destructible floor, especially on that middle floor. So that Monty can be just so very, very... So we look at our first defensive ban, potentially a Mirror. Yep. And we may see an Echo, a Clash, a Maestro. However, Waved was playing that Maestro, so they might not ban it. And it's a clash. Clash, of course, was very annoying when Urbvn played Apollo here. It was only played for 3 rounds. And why 3 rounds, you may ask? Because on the first map, Theme Park, Red ran Monty 3 times. So Urbvn repaying, Apollo were repaying that favour, and Monty was banned for the rest of the series. So we are going to see Basement first, and we have a look at Castle and Smoke, Wamai, Jaeger, and Legion. So we saw Hispa 6-picking from the Blackbeard to the Maverick, and that got Zach on the Thermite. We see in Twitch once again from Lucas. I'm going to assume that is comfort picks because Twitch isn't the operator she once was, with of course all the nerfs to the F2 and Mozzie existing and stuff. Oh look, a standard blue bunker hold. Not really surprised at the moment, and have a look at Wave reinforcing that wall. He's going to probably save the other for a retreat, or is he just going to stare at it? Yeah, he's actually going to be making rotation now. Of course, he's trialing, so he may not know the struts that Urbvn are pulling. He will be holding blue bunker, and it looks like it will be a blue bunker hold, or it will be a blue bunker rear stairs hold. So whoever's playing in here is very much alone, as nobody will be covering that. And those hatches have been popped, and the goos are placed, and that's been castled off. And this is very much forcing everybody to go near Waved, and Waved. Look for some cheeky drones, and Kyron gonna look for anybody immediate to him. The Smoke is very much the influential player here. He's got a shotgun. The gas comes out fairly early on. The Maverick was slightly in it, and Hispa's gonna have to back away. As I said, it's fairly early. Wave's getting very aggressive with that. Calm down, my friend. That player has just run on in, and that is Hispa, and he's going to look for some front grenades. And are we going to see the reinforcement? That's the question. We're going to see the last Smoke instead, and that is going to get reinforced on up. And Electric is going to be opened fairly early, and Godzak on that Thermite, and down goes the Fan. So Red is taking an obscene amount of damage. Where is he taking damage from? And Zico has found the injure on Gnome, and Cav as Wave, found the kill onto Kyron. However, he goes down as well, and that was Godzak, I believe, or Hispa that refragged there. Godzak, sorry. So is he going to pay for that with his life? That was a brave move from him, but well played, as he finds that headshot, and he finds another one. Already got more kills than they got the entirety of the last map, and Red and Zico are all that's left, and they're going to be chilling on this hatch, and you don't want to drop that, Zico, whatever you do. Actually, everybody is droning. Did he see that person? That is the question. And Red now making his way back to site. He is going to be droned out, of course. And oh, the drop down knife from Zico, and Zico needs to turn around because you'll see that Thermite, and he lands the shots. Crucial play for Urbvn, and it's left Lucas in a 1v2. Zico and Red both very, very low health, and he can definitely win this one out. However, the UMP did a lot of damage there, but the RPM and damage of the F2 just too much for Red to deal with. Zico is now very much left in a 1v1. Lucas has to get that diffuser, and he doesn't know where that Jaeger is. He's going to rotate back, potentially go for a laundry, supply room, plant, and Zico can just wait.
15 seconds
As
remaining.
here comes the plant, and I think Zico knows this, and he's going to cause the plant to be cancelled. He's going to lie prone on the ground. Can he find the shot? Yes, he can. The Jaeger with the 3k, and Urbvn somehow win that round back. And in a 2v3 there, 2v4 even, 2v3 to bring that back. Very, very good work. Wad. Godzak definitely had a good round there. Unfortunately, I've got to say, perfectly timed drop for Zico to land on top of Hispa, knife him, and then get the flicker onto Zach, and that was a shot Zach needed to land, as we are going to see Dorms this time. Of course, a Maestro being brought, that's not a surprise given how strong he is with the impact tricking.
Attackers need to locate.
So, I just realised that last month I forgot to do a typical let's look at utility. So yeah, this is going to be a Maestro impact tricking. We've got 4 impacts, 1 the purple shield, 2 barbed wire, and a nitro cell being brought from the side of Urbvn. The attackers of King's Creed bringing 2 smokes, 3 breaches, 2 frags, 3 flashes, and 1 claymore. Maverick is a must bring now that Thatcher has been banned, and with red on that bandit, it's very much meaning that any sort of denial will be taken out fairly easily, but are we going to see Waved making a hole? And if you don't know what the Maverick, the impact trick is you can kind of see this light that's not really loaded in, but it's those, like, in between those 2 floating black lines. You can throw an impact on that and it gets any sort of denial on this bathroom. On this master bedroom wall. So it works perfectly well against the Habanas. That's what you typically see it on, as the thermite breaches open into attic. And is red going to be bandit tricking? That's very brave when they've got a Maverick. In fact, the Jackal just going to break open the barricade. That's Chiron. And we also hear that window getting destroyed as well. Who's that from? That is from the IQ. Gnome. We had a bit of a quiet first round, died to Zico fairly early on, and he is going to flex that black ice, and a window gets broken somewhere. And Apollo on this 1 we've not seen him on this less aggressive role at all last map, and he's bringing out the 1 this time and gonna find that drone, or is he? Waved finds the opening pick, however red gets grenaded by Hispa. Chiron went down. Where did red die from? As Waved has died as well, and Godzak finds profits too, and it's just left Apollo and Zico. The grenade denial is all that's left, and it's just the Jaeger, and he's just going to run blindly around, and the IQ is going to be looking for him, and Zico is going to hear that goo mine get popped, and profits will probably call out that is main stairs, as the Jaeger now just going to push up, look for that IQ. Down goes the IQ. Gnome gets taken out by Zico once again, and somebody has run down white, and I think that Jaeger knows it, doesn't know where he is, and Lucas is going to pick things back up for King's Creed as they win round number 2. Oh no, Chiron has left the game. Is this going to be a rehost? That is the question. It is going to be a rehost. Okay. So, we have a rehost. Very, very sad, as I get a message from Lucas and he is going to confirm that it is a rehost. So it'd be nice if the game could actually load me out of the game. As it's a sound bug. Okay. That's unfortunate there, and we go back into Oregon. So we saw 2 rounds. Once again we saw the King's Creed taking an early advantage. However, in round 1 we saw Zico dragging it back, but we didn't see the same this time. I'm going to invite Zach and most of the Urbvn players that I have their gamer tags. That is the invite to Zach, and I will invite the Urbvn players I have that I have their gamer tags, as they're all playing on stupid Smurfs. Oh, account. Okay, so Oregon, the banned operators, what we saw were Thatcher, we saw Monty, we saw Mirror, and we saw Clash. Not really surprised by any of them. Let's add some around history. And orange team won in basement and blue team won in dorms. So as every player rejoins back into the lobby, they're going to go back to their respective sides. Players can of course now rejoin chat as there is no map. Fergal saying, self-promoting, saying you've been called irrelevant again. Well, it sucks to be you. I'm just double checking that those bans are correct, and they are. Blue team first random in OT. So am I surprised to see it 1-1 at the minute? Judging by those two, how those two rounds have gone, I would have expected the side of King's Creed, to be 2-0 up. However, Zico and Red having a great clutch to bring it back for Urbvn. Of course, both these teams do need to practice the map, as Sector confirmed, and I know, as we wait for Apollo to rejoin. So, Apollo, the headshot machine as he was on Consulate, is as English, and as he was against Apollo on Oregon, is the last player we need to rejoin. So it is 1-1 at the minute, but with both teams needing to practice this map, that doesn't really surprise me. What does surprise me is that the King's Creed didn't manage to win round number 1. They had such the advantage, and to just lose it almost immediately by somebody dropping down a hatch and knifing a player and getting a flick shot onto another. I'm not going to fault the play of Urbvn, it was superb to be able to bring that back. Fergal saying Apollo bad. Well, he clearly is, because he's not rejoined. Do I have to man? Some people, man. What is it? Isn't there an X first? Oh, he's rejoined. Okay, good. Apologies for getting my dog barking in the background. So, players need to ready up. We're waiting for Gnome, Zico, and Profits, and then we can jump back into this what has been a fairly exciting matchup between these two teams. Of course, part of that excitement comes down to I've never seen the King's Creed play. I don't know if there are. I believe there is a cast of them. I believe Sector confirmed that Rarity did one for them. So we jump back into round number 3, and both teams 1-0 up. As we immediately see Gnome on 600 ping. Oh boy, it does go down though, so it's not too much of a worry. We are going to see Dorms once more, and Urbvn are going to hope that when they find that player advantage, they can stick with it. As we have a look. So, of course, they won't need to pick the same operators as that pick round didn't start. And Kyron going to probably sick pick off that fuse. Indeed he is. Even with the 4 cluster charges. Well, Mai and the Jaeger are not going to make that enjoyable. And so a Jackal being brought instead. Looking at this lineup, this is fairly standard with no Thatcher. We expect the Ash to charge on in. Below, you often see a Thermite and Hibana. Or you see a Thermite, you see a Maverick and Hibana. So that way the Hibana can get games, and the Maverick can Maverick open with a Zephyr, the attic wall. So of course, this site on Oregon is very, very choke heavy. And what do I mean by that? I mean that when you come in through attic, you are exposed to any potential player playing in dorms hall and any kids room. There's very little movement, i.e. you can hide, you can either run out that red is down. Did Apollo just shoot him? Yeah, he did. Okay. So, Urbvn don't want to make things easy for themselves. They're going to shoot their IGL, down him,
5 seconds remaining.
get him back up to 20 health. And the other way you typically push this site is
Heading out to the fuse
either games from, but that's also very clunky. So what you often see is you open up into games and you also take attic, and by doing that you can force the defenders in game to have to fall back with fear of being flanked and killed. That's that. But we probably aren't going to see that, and we are probably going to see red hide in basement for the time being, as otherwise he might get gunned down by a pistol. So master is open up, and we've got some punch holes made by the bandit of profits, and he's just going to try and kill that drone and be more of a nuisance. I think they know he is here as well, and here comes fucking. They made a hole. Is that to just burn ADSs? It is. And or am I gonna tank that smoke grenade? And here comes the games room take I was talking about. The smoke grenade comes off, and that Hipster looking at that doorway, and Wave gonna be the aggressive player here, and if he does that, that's very, very risky, and he's not going to see that head the Jackal. He goes down quite early on, and Chiron finding that kill. Hipster, Lucas and Gods are all taking damage, and in fact that the Ash has been down outside the main window. Is that by Zico or is that by I'm not sure how. Meanwhile, Profits is just... Profits and Red are being annoying, and Red is going to find a kill in that, and he's got no health, but he's going to roll with it, as because Lucas is still down, it's a 3v4 in Urbvn's favour, and they're going to roll with this as we see attic. No attic control being taken by the attackers. That's very risky, as this is a defender's safe haven, so to speak. Godzak going to be looking for that kill onto Apollo, and Apollo's going to say no and throw a magnet down as well. As we have a look, and Chiron is very much still around, and Prophet says hello, but not before, but not after Gnome takes him out, and Lucas actually is picked back up and finishes off Red, and Apollo and Zico are left against Gnome and Lucas. Zico not had to do much so far, and Apollo is not on very high health, but Gnome has actually been taken down by Apollo, and Apollo's just going to camp diffuser. The Ash is on almost no health, and is that Zico finally getting in a gunfight? Yes, it is. The Legion picking up the final kill, and Urbvn defend dorms the second time of asking. Sector saying what happened there. I'm not sure what you're on about, what section you're on about, so you can fill me in on that. Fergal saying ASMR stream. No. Just no. So laundry supply is once again the defender's choice of site. I'm trying to think about what you're talking about, Sector. They had the advantage, however, Red using those punch holes, finding a kill, and Apollo finding more onto Thermite, and God's that gonna stick with this Thermite as he's not looked too bad at it. Had 3 kills that first round. Don't think he had any this second round. I've got to say, Urbvn are fairly lucky they got away with that, and so to speak, that Red got crippled early on.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
What I mean by that is he got blasted by the AUG of Apollo, downing him fairly on. So no blue bar take this time, as it's going to be reinforced unless they mix things up. They aren't. So no blue bunker take, I should say blue bar. Red, it's going to be a Goya shield instead. Very interesting. We might see the other one, and we are going to see the other one on pillars as well. That's going to allow Wave or whoever playing on this as well to hold fairly far up. So they're still contesting blue bunkers, so to speak, as we see hatches being reinforced by Prophet. And Apollo and Zico doing their standard placements as well. No room for reinforcement, no rotation
5 seconds left before
as of yet. And is that a vaultable rotation?
attackers' objective.
I'm not really sure. Is this for... I believe this is for Wave to throw smokes up. Very, very nice. So this is looking like a blue bunker take. Blue bunker and backstairs take, and Red is going to play super aggressive with that vector, as he's got the RPM to do so, and he's going to see that drone, but he's going to have to run away as Kyron just going to break open that one. He get flashed, and Lucas is going to be pre-firing just in case the Goyo is prone down the stairs, and Bandit going to be tracked now by the Jackal of Kyron. Red took no damage, but Hibbs is taking a lot from somewhere, and Lucas is trying to peek that, but he can't find the head. And this Goyo player playing really aggressive as Red. Going to have to rotate down of where he's going to get pinched, and in fact I don't think he knows, but he is, and he didn't see that head there, and Lucas finds that kill. However, he's in a risky position as Prophet should be watching backstairs just in case, and I think he is, and I think that Ash saw him as well. Down goes the Ash though, and this Bandit player is going to look for the thermite as well. In a risky position, going to be pre-firing near the player. There's Jackal we're seeing. He's near hips, so I'm trying to say the magic players. That Bandit causing a lot of issues for the Jackal, and Bandit is actually going to manage to run away. So a bit delayed reactions from Kyron, and the smoke of Waved is going to be watching around as Hipster goes down, and this Jackal is going to see the Bandit. We are going to see a bit of a gunfight here. The pistol from Profits, he finds it around, I should say. His reign of terror is ended by Gnome, and Gnome also going to try and get the smoke. The drop shot with the shotgun, but not before Apollo found one as well. A bit of server delay, and the drop shot with the shotgun, and Waved showing how it's done as Urbvn go 3-1 up. As we are going to see kitchen and dining next as the third site. I'm just going to have to deal with some admin-y stuff. Basically with our placement game. Been added, been messaged twice. Okay, so
attackers need to locate and defuse as many
I'm
bombs
just
as they
back
can.
now, and did we see any six, which we did. Hipster went from Sledge to Jackal. Sorry about that, had to deal with admin stuff to deal with the RXL placement games, which of course start next week, and I'm very excited as we have 14 games, 13, 12, around that number. I believe we have 13 games next week, which is very, very exciting. I can't wait. It's going to be very good. As I messaged Toot, who, of course, if you don't know who Toot is, he is probably the best Xbox caster in EU at the moment, so go check him out, Toot he's of course the current JPC organizer, and that's who Urbvn have first up. And I messaged him and was like, you know, we're screwing at the moment, so we can't really discuss. And of course, while playing, Red has decided I'm going to 11 hit this and risk being Ash charged just to say that we can do a certain day. So let's have a look at this setup. Any roamers? Yeah, Apollo's like, I'm going to go get kills, and he is not going to land those shots, and I don't think he's going to peek that again. And if he is, fair play to the guy. Indeed he is, and I'm not going to find anything though. And oh, apologies for the mic puff, I think. As Red going to be looking for that drone, and I didn't talk a lot about the setup, I apologise, but Zico gets taken out far too early, and the thermite charge from above, as that wall has been. Now we have a look at the roamers, and Apollo is going to have to deal with things, but not before Red decides to get rid of that Capital, before that Capital can really do anything. And the UMP on Waved just trying to be a bit of an annoyance to any potential pushes. Apollo got taken out fairly early on, and that was by Lucas, and Hipster is very much trapped at the minute. He's going to track that Wamai, but that Wamai is in a good position to get another kill onto Gnome, and he does have to be careful because that Jackal is probably looking for his feet. No, he's not. As Godzak goes down, as the UMP, I often say it's a bad gun, however taking down a thermite at fairly long range, he's going to light up the Ash as well, and Waved with the double. The guy's a machine with the UMP, it seems, and Hipso is left all alone. He's easily going to find that headshot. The UMP, one of the worst submachine guns. However, Waved showing white so good. Going to place a proximity alarm as well. And Urbvn go 4-1 up. Vogel saying, didn't you cast another league game against UPC? It's a placement one, so it may not be casted. So for those of you who don't know, I feel like this is a perfect transition as we go to Dawn. The way the placement games are worked is they're not necessarily casted. We've got a whole point system to determine how teams get placed, because there are 3 divisions. There's the Pro League, which is the top division, the Challenger League, which is the middle one, and the Competitor League, which is the bottom one. And of course, every team, no matter division, has a chance to win the £250 at the end of the RXL tournament. So we have a look at 6 pickers. Gnome went from Buck to Zafir, and Apollo's gone on Cav. So the placement games are spectated because otherwise it's just easier to get it out the way, and that way you don't require everything to need to be, all the Twitch channels need to be set up. So I believe all placement games, if they are casted, will be on personal Twitches. Like I was saying, we get in Pro League. It depends if you put in the kills and don't have performances like you did against Apollo, then we might. As we have a look at the setup, this is fairly standard. Apollo. English waved on the castle once again. So the way the placement games work is there are a set of different scenarios that earn you points, and the amount of points you have in the end to determine where you get placed. So I believe it's 6 for a win, 2 or 3 for a draw, and 1 for a loss, and you get a point for every round you win, you get a point for every plant you make, and you get a point for every kill you get in a 1vx scenario. So that's just to spice it up as we have a look at Roamers, and this Cav is going to be the big Flamemaker as that Claymore's going to get placed, and Apollo just going to ignore that, and he's actually going to run away, and Waved gets picked off very early on, and that is by Gnome using the LMG with Zafir. That's not something you see every day, but it's nice to see people do things differently. As Hipster's making his way through the map, and it's 3 on site, being Red, Prophet and Zico, but Prophet going to get the headshot onto Hipster. He was throwing some grenades, but Hipster did a lot of damage to that bandit in return. Do they know there is a Cav? That is the question. As we see Apollo hiding in the server at the minute, and Red, Zico and Prophet's all chilling on or near site. We see Apollo, he's been very quiet, but that's what makes Cav so good. The flashbang comes out even in the magnet, because it's not pronounced magnet, because why would it be? It's a net apparently, which is incredibly dumb. So the magnet going to catch that flashbang, still going to blind Zico, and this Ash is playing a risky game, and it's Lucas on the Ash, but does he know somebody is nearby? He knows the Jaeger is nearby, clearly from that pre-firing. And you've got Kyron just to the kids' room. Gnome, meanwhile, going to use a lifeline, but Godzak wiped out by Prophets. I believe he's detonating an exothermic charge, and that diffuser is in a dangerous position. Or is it in... Oh, it's actually from there. Okay. I thought he was in Master. As we see, Zico, though, now getting taken down by Lucas or MYR, and Prophet's going to be roaming along with Apollo. Apollo just chilling on the backstairs, which leaves Red the only player in sight. In fact, he is an attic. Spectator glitch on him. Apologies for that. Not sure I can do in this. Very slow. Oh, Gnome just got killed with the Louisian pistol. And Kyron going to have to watch out for that Cav. Can he land the shots? Yes, he can. Meaning Prophet and Red are all that's left. Red going to find that headshot onto Kyron. No, and it's all left up to Lucas. He's been an absolute masterclass so far, but he's got no breaches, and that castle barricade from Waved is going to be what wins Urbvn that round. Round number 5. Round number 6, sorry. Don't know why I thought it was round number 5. Apologies for that. As we go and see the King's Creed try and defend on this map. Where are they going to go? They are going to go to the laundry. So let's have a look at the leaderboard. We've only really played 4 rounds, so to speak. Prophet's going 6-3. Definitely having a much better game than he was in Consulate. Godzak, although it says 0 kills here, he did find 3 at the very start. And even though Zico has 1, he found 4 at the start, so he's technically going 5-2. Waved is going 5-2 as well. However, the rest on Urbvn are the same. I'm trying to remember. Actually, it might not be the same. There were probably some differences.
Attackers need to locate
I believe
and defuse bombs.
that I know for definite Godzak got at least 3 extra kills, and Ips are going to be on that Kaid shotgun and going to make a hole there. And is he trying to use that? I believe so. He's going to use that for an angle down main stairs. The way that basement works, you either go intake wise, you either go blue bunker, back stairs, or you go freezer and main stairs. Those are really the 2 options. You don't really hop reach hatch anymore as it was in the old Oregon. You just hop reach, smoke and plant in the corner or on the washing machine. Now that's counted as a different room. That's probably one of the best decisions they made with the rework. Ipsa's going to be making a rotate hole with the TCSG. Not your typical rotate weapon, as you want to preserve that sniper ammo. As I know it's not sniper ammo, but you know what I mean. The gun's an absolute machine. Waved is going to say goodbye to all of those bandit charges. He does get his drone destroyed, but he actually finds both of the bandit charges, and that is crucial because Prophets can just really quickly open that up. However, an electric claw is going to get thrown out, but then immediately picked up by Hipsa. We are going to look for rotation. Roamers and Gnome is on the Valkyrie. Just going to have a bit of a quiet round to start off with, just chilling in that position as now. Everybody is very much stuck right now, and Zico is going to push in above. Can he find that kill? That is the question. And I went to spectate on him and it took me off him. And Nomad player going to be looking for that bandit, and he's going to actually move down even more. Is he going to find that kill there? Yes, he is. The headshot onto Godzak after he gets down. Hipsa takes a lot of damage in return. I'm not sure where that's from. Zico with a double right now, but not before Lucas manages to refrag onto Prophet. The Thermite goes down. That's crucial as he only got to breach one of the walls. However, it's not the end of the world as Zico is very much ready to continue. He's going to try and destroy that, but the flashbangs come out. Here comes the Russian. No, not going to be able to do much, but Lucas finds red as well. The pistol bullets miss, and the Kaid gets sent to the Shadow Realm as Apollo finds the final one onto Lucas, and Urbvn pick that round up, take themselves to map point and match point, so to speak. As very nice reactions from Apollo after getting yeeted around. Ferguson, I want that universal looks so nice, and no one says what the hell. Well, it was a bit of a cluster, shall we say, or trying to take that site. Very much charge on in, hope for the best, and Kaid had the revolver out and unfortunately missed the shots, and then got yeeted into the next dimension, so to speak. Poor guy was not able to get back up as the F2 of Waved finished him off, and Apollo's gonna rush with an Amaru as we go into kitchen. So it's like you can't really Amaru rush. So without knowing it, King's Creed have sort of thwarted that plan.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So kitchen, your typical third site meeting has gained a lot of popularity. Kitchen dining, I should call it, because kitchen meeting is the other site. Just got rid of the absolute best site in the game, Double Tower. Never forget. So, we're not going to see a Dorms hold yet. You may not see one at all if Urbvn keep things up.
10 seconds left.
So we are going to see his typical setup. I'm expecting to see Prophet just waltz up here, reach the floor to get the wall, and That's really the best way you can counter this without a Thatcher or Kali. As we also see Lucas on that mute. Apologies there, the mic dying a bit. Godzak gonna roam this time as he is going 3 and 5, not 0 and 5. 3 and 5 at least, might be 4 and 5. I probably is about 4 and 5 or 5 and 5. So we see the IQ of Waved. He's just gonna run right on past and definitely been on the supportive roles, but a bit of a fragger. And we see Apollo on this Amari droning, and Hipster's going to be probably Waved's first target. However, where is the IQ? That's the question. Prophet going to make sure that nobody tries to kill him, but doesn't matter as Apollo might find the I'm trying to speak the Valkyrie. In fact, he does. However, while that was going on, Gnome got taken out by Waved, but Waved then got C4'd from Lucas. The C4 from the guy have been very, very good, as Hipster found that headshot onto Apollo. And Zico is going to be the one trying to stop them, the defenders nearby. As Red on this Blackbeard. Did Prophet mess up that placement? He may have. Oh, it's got the Zico's found a double kill, but what's happened is the wall has been destroyed. However, it's been left soft. That's all my confusion gone, and all that's left is Chiron, and he's left in a 1v3 against the 3 members of Urbvn. He's going to find one onto Red. That's the Blackbeard taken down, but he does take a lot of damage as well. Here's the Nomad, but he's very much trapped in there, and that is a peculiar thing that happened to Urbvn. I've never seen that in my life, and Zico are going to be looking for this Jaeger, and they know he's in showers, and the guy is basically trapped. Down he goes. Urbvn wins 7-1 as Hipster leaves the game, Godzak leaves the game, and the rest of them file out as Zico finishes things off for the Urbvn squad. And I can't wrap my head around what just happened with that thermite placement. It destroyed the reinforcement, the top half of the reinforcement, but left the actual wall soft. That's so weird. I've never seen that. Anyway, pick up the second map. It wasn't as close as the first one, but they aren't going to be disappointed with that. If we have a look now across that, they won 6 in a row after King's Creed picked up round number 2. I've got to say, GG's both teams. You had very, very strong performance. I've got to say, the King's Creed had a lot of good rounds. First time casting them, and it was a pleasure to cast such a good team. They showed a lot of promising moments, so they'll be happy with how that one ended out, especially on continent. Oregon, as Sectus said, so they probably need to work on it a bit more, and I'm not meaning that disrespectfully, I'm meaning that as in a way to improve. I want to thank both teams for allowing me to cast. I want to thank you all for watching as well. If you did enjoy, feel free to drop a follow. I am now a Twitch affiliate, so getting me to that partner status would be much appreciated. Of course, as always, this VOD will go up onto my YouTube channel, TinnyPath TBM. However, unlike my Twitch, there is a space between the TinnyPath and the TBM. You can always follow me on Twitter as well, DylanC14, capital I, not lowercase l. And as your caster from today, I want to thank you all in chat for sticking around for this scrim. It was a pleasure, as always, and I hope you enjoyed and maybe picked up a few things along the way. So without further ado, I'd like to wish you all a good night, and thank you for watching.